For everyone who exalts himself will be humble, but the man who humbles himself will be exalted. We wonder if God in the sky, how can the prayer reach him when there are a lot of clouds? Maybe we need a strong prayer we can get through, or maybe carry through the clouds. The answer can be found in the book of Ecclesiasticus in the first reading. The author wrote that God accepts the petitions of those who serve God with their whole heart. And the humble man's prayer pierced the clouds. Who can be humble unless they are the poor, the oppressed, orphans, and widows? There are people who are in the past and at the present faith and are facing injustice and disappointment because of others. However, they are humble and patient when they pray. Their prayer are accepted. And from the point of view of the Israelites in the Old Testament, the people were not blessed by God. They were the low people who are treated without respect, were denied, and were despised by others who praised themselves to be or being virtuous. This attitude can be seen again in the Gospel according to Luke today, in which there are two characters. One are portrayed as a virtuous, law-keeping person, the Pharisee. The others as unclean, sinful person, the tax collector. Both men went up to the temple to pray, but with different attitudes. The Pharisee prized himself of every good thing he did, such as fasting twice a week, paying tithes. He was a virtuous man if he just offered the good deeds to God and did not look down and compare himself with others. He should realize that all good deeds could be not done by himself, but by the grace of God. What he did was just to be seen and did not come from his heart. At the same time, the tax collector acknowledged his sinfulness and asked God for his mercy. He did not say many words, but kept silent and listened to God. In the end, Jesus said he went home at the grace of God. How about us? Are we Pharisees or tax collector? We can be proud of our wonderful action, especially donating or carrying out charitable deeds. However, we can't forget and take them for granted, and not acknowledge God's grace in our lives. We cannot do any good deeds without God's help. And of course, no one can be proud that they have never sinned, never been trapped by the worldly ways or by the devil. Therefore, we are invited to be humble, acknowledge who we are. We can learn from the tax collector to go and seek for the mercy of God. We can be small in the world, but at the rise of God. We can acknowledge that being humble does not mean having low esteem or denying what we have. But being humble is knowing who we are and what can be. Just as St. Paul, who realized himself in what he had found, had run, had kept the faith. He acknowledged his weakness, his loneliness, and the presence of God in his life. We wish every one of us who is following God can also realize that God always listens to everybody who come to God, especially those who are humble and are contrite of heart. Amen.